Hello, people not. It is I, a nerd named BT, here with another series showcase. I want to quickly thank you all for voting on the last poll, and as you can tell, this week we are doing the Strike Dragons, the ones I incorrectly called the Gia's monsters. I learned a lot about this archetype in the last few days, and you two are gonna learn something. I hope you all enjoy. The Strike Dragon series was first introduced April 4th, 2020 in the Explosive Supremacy Dragius starter deck. It was one of two starter decks which led the beginning of Rush Duel, both of them based on two of the main characters of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. 7 days later, on April 11th, Sevens, Dragius was immediately reprinted in the first booster set, Hyperspeed Rush Road. Now, of course, this is no surprise. The first booster set was based around the characters in the anime, which included the two characters that were first introduced in the starter decks, that being Yuga Oda and his rival, Lucent Callister. I might have messed up his name, because I'm not good with names, but you can call him Luke for short. Strike Dragon wouldn't become a legitimate card series until 4 months later with the release of Shock Lightning Attack, with an addition of one other Strike Dragon. Though we'll get more into that other Strike Dragon later in the video. Little did we know, with its simplicity brought along one of the longest Rush Duel formats currently to date. Everyone was using Dragias as it was able to easily close out the games by attacking your opponent multiple times. Romania was one of the most played and most powerful cards for that year. Even to this day, people continue to play Dragias. Though not as powerful as it once was, it still is not something to be trifled with. The Strike Dragon card series are a collection of primarily level 7 Dragon-type monsters with 2500 attack, 1500 defense, each one having an effect that allows it to attack 2 times per turn. Yet, there's an exception to this. It would be Piercing Dragon Bunker Strike and Great Multi-Strike Dragon Dragia's Burst are the only Strike Dragon monsters with unique stats of their own, and Bunker not having an ability to attack 2 times per turn. Though, we'll leave that for now, let's just get into seeing these powerful dragons. Multi-Strike Dragon Dragias, level 7 Light Dragon with 2500 attack and 1500 defense. The effect of Requirement. Send the top card of your deck to the grave. Effect. This turn, if this card destroyed a monster by battle, it can make a second attack during that battle phase. In terms of primary group of Strike Dragon, Dragias is the only main deck monster that requires you to send the top card of your deck to the grave, while all others require you to discard a level 7 or higher Dragon-type monster from your hand. Which kind of goes with the fact of it being arguably one of the more powerful ones, as it has a much lower requirement cost. Dragias can be seen in the artwork of Hypernova and 7 Chance. In 7 Chance, it can be seen as a chibi dragon. Though there are more cards in the anime, I'm gonna leave those for another day, because that would make this video a little bit too long. Speaking of which, Hypernova, a normal spell card that reads Requirement, you have 2 face-up level 7 non-light dragon-type monsters on your field. Effect, special summon 1 light dragon-type monster from your graveyard to your field face-up. Though this isn't a direct name to the deck, this was still made in the tent of summoning out Dragias, as it is, and its other forms are the only light Strike Dragon monsters in the deck. So any form of Dragias is a light monster, all other Strike Dragons are actually dark, excluding Bunker once again. Illusion Strike Dragon Mirage Gias, level 7 Dark Dragon, 2500 attack, 1500 defense. Send 1 level 7 or higher Dragon-type monster from your hand to your graveyard. Up to 2 face-up level 7 or lower monsters in your opponent's field lose 1500 attack until the end of this turn. In this turn, if this card destroyed a monster by battle, it can make a second attack on a monster during that battle phase. A little fun thing to point out is that their abilities are referenced by their names. As point out, Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius is focused on attacking multiple times, as that is his main deal. Meanwhile, Mirage Gias uses illusions to confuse his opponent, lowering their offensives, making them weaker. A fun little thing that I'll be pointing out a little bit in this video. Mirage Gias appears in the artwork of Phantom Roar, one of the few monster attack name cards for this series that was actually printed. Lastly, in terms of the primary Strike Dragons, in terms of the anime, we have Steel Strike Dragon Meta Gias, a level 7 Dark Dragon, 2500 attack, and 1500 defense. Send 1 level 7 or higher Dragon type monster from your hand to the grave. This turn, this card can't be destroyed by battle or your opponent's trap effects. Also, it can make a second attack during the battle phase, in which it attacked a monster. This card's trap and battle protection both referenced by his steel body in his name, making him a very durable monster. Though that is not all for these powerful dragons, for when they combine themselves with the dragon, also known as the dragon in the OCG, I hate TCG card names, they can evolve into more powerful monsters. Hyper Strike Dragon Dragistar F, a level 9 high dragon fusion monster with 3000 attack, 2000 defense. Fusion materials being Multi-Strike Dragon Dragias and the Dragon. If all monsters in your graveyard are dragon and high dragon monsters, send the top card of your deck to the grave. Multi-choice effect. Whoa. This turn, this card gains 900 attack. Also, it can make 2 attacks on monsters. Other choice, this turn it can make a second attack, but it inflicts piercing damage. Now, there's a lot to unpack about this card. First of all, this was the first, or one of the few first, high dragon fusion monsters added to the game. Along with that, it introduced a new mechanic along with other fusion monsters also having this ability. Multi-choice effects, allowing you to choose one of 2 effects. Unlike maximum monsters, you can use all 3 effects. Choice effect only allows you to use 1 effect that turn. The high dragon typing and multi-choice effect would become the main theme of the Strike Dragon fusion monsters, which leads to a very interesting group of fusions. Fantasia Strike Dragon Mirage Gias F, a level 9 Dark High Dragon fusion monster, 3000 attack, 2000 defense. Fusion materials Illusion Strike Dragon Mirage Gias and the Dragon. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, multi-choice. Up to 3 face-up monsters on your opponent's field, lose 1500 attack until the end of this turn. And this turn, this card may get 2 attacks on monsters, or this card can attack directly. Sturdy Strike Dragon Metagias F, level 9 High Dragon Fusion monster, 3000 attack, 2000 defense. Fuse this card with Steel Strike Dragon Metagias and the Dragon. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, multi-choice. All face-up monsters on your field gain 500 attack until the end of this turn. Also, this card can make 2 attacks on monsters this turn. Or, all face-up monsters in your field can't be destroyed by battle or your opponent's trap effects until the end of this turn. Also, this card can attack twice. Now that we've gone through the main portion of the Strike Dragon monsters, time for a little fun fact. Did you know that in the background of every Strike Dragon monster, excluding the other non-important Strike Dragons, there are stars in the background equal to their level. Level 7's monsters will have 7 stars in the background, the fusion monsters will have 9. And along with that, each Strike Dragon has orbs equal to its level as well. And those orbs are included in their eyes. So for a level 7, they would have 2 orbs on their eyes and 5 on their body. For a level 9 Strike Dragon, they would have 5 orbs on their body, 4 orbs on their face, as they have now 4 eyes. Just learned this myself recently. It's a really cool detail, and I never really noticed it in the art. Probably because I never downloaded Dragia's art until now. Now, if you've been paying attention, I have been mentioning an extra Strike Dragon this entire time from the anime. Though you might be wondering, BT, what are you talking about? Well, if you haven't known, the TCG, someone ruined it. With the release of a specific video game and the anime, a card got changed a tiny bit. Piercing Dragon Bunker Strike was originally known as Piercing Strike Dragon Bunker Strike. Well, let me tell you how this happened. On December 7th, 2021, Konami released the recently OCG exclusive game Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel Dawn of the Battle Royale on Nintendo Switch, now considering a very big day because at that point we had no way of playing Rush Duel in the TCG. Though with this released, we got a lot of unneeded name changes. It's a very sad day. Anywho, Piercing Dragon Bunker Strike, a level 7 Earth Dragon with 2300 attack and 1800 defense. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. During the turn, you normal summon this card. Draw cards equal to the number of monsters on your opponent's field, and place cards from your hand equal to the number of cards you drawn by this effect on top or bottom of your deck in any order. Bunker is one of the weirder cases, considering the fact that it is unique in every way. It is an Earth monster, which is incredibly unique for the deck, and it has a stats of 2300 and 1800. Even if you took some off the defense and add on to the attack, you still have 100 left over. It's pretty weird. It also appears in the artwork of Future Mining, another fun attack name-based card, also referencing its ability to mine through your deck for more cards. Now, if any of you primarily seen Rush through the anime, not much of the card game, you might be thinking, BT, why is there still a significant portion of this video still not done? Well, that's because there's more to it, with Konami releasing some extra cards. Later that year in September, after Rush Duel's release, Konami revealed a new manga series based around Luke called Luke Explosive Supremacy Legend. It's definitely a name Luke would come up with. There was many manga exclusive cards that didn't appear in the anime, one of which happens to be a maximum. Before we get into that, let me show you some of the other unique cards. Null Strike Dragon Zero Geas, a level 7 Dark Dragon monster with 2500 attack, 1500 defense. Send one level 7 or higher Dragon type monster from your hand to the grave. Change the root track of one face up level 8 or lower monster in your opponent's field to 0 to the end of this turn. In this turn, if this card attacks a monster, it can make a second attack on a monster during that battle phase. So both Null and Zero reference his ability to change the monster's attack to 0. It's weird that they reference it twice in the name, though that does still make a very interesting naming scheme. Cladsoul Dragon Guy Gias, a level 7 Dark Dragon monster with 2500 attack, 1500 defense. Send one card in your hand to the graveyard. Send this face-up card you control to the graveyard. Special summon one level 7 Dragon type monster from your hand to your field, face-up attack position. The monster special summoned by this effect gains 1500 attack until the end of this turn. Originally in the manga, this card was referred to as Soul Armor Dragon Guy Gias, referencing its effect to apply armor to a monster it summons. Though the current name, Cladsoul, referenced with the word clad, meaning cloth or apply clothing. So I suppose that still technically goes with the idea of his effect applying armor to a monster he summons. When Cladsoul is not arming Null Strike, it can fuse to create Void Strike Dragon Zero Guy Gias. Fusion materials list Null Strike Dragon Zero Geas and Cladsoul Dragon Guy Geas. Level 9 Dark High Dragon Fusion Monster with 3300 attack points and 2500 defense points. Send the card to your deck to the grave, multi-choice effect. Change the original attack of up to 3 monsters in your opponent's field to 0 until the end of this turn. Then this turn, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. Or you can destroy one spawn trap card in your opponent's field and special summon one monster from your graveyard. Another unique card with Zero Guy Gias is the only Strike Dragon with the stats of 33 and 25, along with the fact that it shares the effect of 2 of its materials, that being summoning a monster and making a monster's attack to 0. Though this is an important note because all other Strike Dragons fuse with a normal monster, meaning that they only gain one of their monster's effects. Now lastly, the one all of you are waiting for, the Great Multi-Strike Dragon Dragia's Burst. Level 10 Dragon Maximum Monster, 2000 attack, 0 defense, a maximum attack points of 3500. Requirement Maximum Mode. This card can't be destroyed by your opponent's trap cards. Dragia's Burst L, a level 7 Dragon Maximum Monster with 1500 attack, 0 defense. Maximum Mode, send the top card of your deck to the grave. This card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters this turn. Shuffle this card into the owner's deck during the end phase of this turn. Dragia's Burst R, a level 7 Dark Dragon Maximum Monster with 1500 attack, 0 defense. Maximum Mode, send 3 cards in your hand to the grave. This turn, this card gains 1000 attack. If it attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Dragia's Burst is the potential evolution of Multi-Strike Dragon Dragias if you would have fused with the dragon. LNR's effects both referencing that they have an additional 3 heads by allowing it to attack 3 additional times. And it is the only maximum monster as of current with level 7 maximum pieces. Though it does share a very unique characteristic with Supreme Full Steam Magnum Overload, both sharing the effect to shuffle their full maximum from the field into the deck. Not very important, not a very good effect, though it's very interesting to bring it up because not many cards return a monster into the deck. And that's all there is to the Strike Dragon series. Now, most of you might be saying I could have included the Dragias, but I'm not going to include the monsters because they're not Strike Dragons. It is a completely different series, which I can potentially cover another day, though I'm still not going to include them because that is my choice and I can do what I want. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. I won't be posting a poll after this video for a choice deck next week because I do have a deck in mind I want to show off during then. So I hope you all enjoyed and I'll see y'all next time.